Let's talk about finance companies. Pretty much they think the average working class person is stupid anyway, especially if you got a challenging credit rating. And unless you Donald Trump, unless you the 1%, eight richest families in the world, you ain't got perfect credit and nowhere near it. As much as everybody's like rats in a cheese factory trying to grab as much cheese as they can on a debt-based economy, slave wages, impossible to keep up with inflation and the cost of living, you're pretty much screwed. And my commitment anymore, cutting back on profanity because I'm losing my message because of all the profanity. And everybody says you're angry, full of anger. Unless you've been under a rock or like an ostrich, your head in a hole somewhere or your head up your butt, you're not getting this. You're not winning this battle. And you're never going to win that battle as long as you're working. You're part of that working class. And pretty much your middle class America is becoming working class. And pretty much your white society is depleting. And you're becoming the minority. Why this influx on racist, bigoted, keep America white movement? But that's another topic. I just had to throw that in there because you know me. Let's address Hyundai Finance. Now I do auto pay, just like I do direct deposit. And that part of my business, I'm cutting out. I'm no longer doing auto pay. I'm going to have you monkeys wait for your money like everybody else. Like when something's owed me, I got to wait. Social Security lied that I owed overpayments and was going to charge me $349,000 for overpayments, which I didn't pay, ain't going to pay. And when I caught you in your lie and it hasn't investigated by my congressman and his staff, that $349,000 went down to $3,449. Just like the other monkeys in the White House and on Capitol Hill, pillaging Social Security and Medicare, thieving, just like the $9 trillion missing out of Federal Reserve and the $500 million missing out of Red Cross, thieves and pirates, just like the ones who invaded this country. So let's get back to the topic on hand, and that is Hyundai Finance. Took a double payment out of my bank account, slapped me to a negative $271. And that affects everything. It affects my spending as I travel as a marketing analyst all week long. So now I got to deal with this too. Now, I called your headquarters. You want to tell me that I owe a fee. Unless you're some illiterate that's been up in the Appalachian Mountains for decades and centuries, I'm going to charge a fee for your mistake. So you know that's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. So I had to educate this girl whoever's on the phone. You're a rep from Hyundai Finance. I went to Hyundai Finance because Valley Nissan in Longmont also thought I was this average crackhead black man with a 40 in his hand. So I had to educate them too. That no, I don't need your business. No, I don't need your cars. Because I'll take that piece of crap that you call a car and trade it in on something better. Now, Hyundai, which has the best warranty in the car industry, and the Elantra 2018 Elantra Valued Edition is a good car because you have a lot of goodies in this car that normally you would have to pay thousands of dollars for. And it's their best-selling car in their Honda inventory. Unless you want to go top end like Genesis, which I'm looking into too, because that's just me. Now, you want to charge me $875.38 when my car payment is $437.69. But when I call you and called you on it, now you want to charge me a fee. Not only that, but you want to tell me I got to wait 24 hours to put in a request to have that money returned back to me. So that means you didn't give me back my extra $437.69 you owed me. So you think you want to play this game with me that you want to keep that double payment. Understand this. I got a good rapport with my bank. That not only will I get my money back, they're going to return the whole $875.38. So that means now you want to wait for your money, just like you making me wait. And this is how smart this black man is. That when you try to play games with me, I'm the biggest player in town. Because you can't outgame me. In my 67 years, I learned all the tricks of the trade. I've been a salesman. And I've been in sales ever since I was 16 years old. So I know the game. And all you bank financing, more or less calling you a bunch of high-paid extortionists, that you think you can just victimize and manipulate and deceive average people. That may be true, but I'm not the average people. I'm not your average Joe. You're like loan sharks because you play on people's mercy. People are in dire need with your 15, 10, 25, 30% loans that the people are not even paying off the loan. You're just paying interest. And you're not even going to pay the equity on this loan. Because the years and years you're going to be paying interest, you're not even touching that loan. You're not even touching the principal on that loan. Just like it is with your high-paid loans for cars. Piece of garbage that you have on these car dealer lots. And you know they're not worth it. But you know that you have the option that if they are delinquent on their car payments, you can come and pick those cars up and resell them for a profit. Now, Hyundai Finance, understand one thing. I know I can be bought. But my credit, after I lost my job and I was hurt and out of work, was blown out of proportion, I pretty much worked it back up 599 to 628, which isn't your best credit rating, but it's damn good for somebody who has lost everything. And much of the garbage that was on my credit report has vanished, because as much as you try to keep it on there for years, years and years and years, you can't. And the only pretty much negative thing I have on my credit report is a student loan. That is a lie, because I was disabled when I went back to school for video gaming. And the government student loan program told me I didn't have to worry about paying it back because I was disabled. Now all of a sudden you want to slap $54,000 on it. Which, like I said, you're loan sharks. You're legalized loan sharks. And that's a lot. And that's 80% of your finance companies and banks. Just like I told Stevens Hyundai in Longmont. You Longmont people think that you must have the monopoly on common sense or the monopoly on intelligence, because you don't. You tell a person explains to you, I ain't got a lot of money put down, but you want to push and push and push. Well, give me $1,500. You can hold on to it as long as you can. Pay it back when you can afford to. This is your salesman. But a person writes you a check, and because you got your weenie in the fire by your sales manager, now you want to force the check to a bank. Once again, I had to go to my bank and straighten out that you sent in a $1,500 check that I told you that I wasn't ready for it. So that too was put back into my account, Hyundai Finance. So these fees that you're talking about, you better pass those fees on to your idiots in your dealership, because you ain't getting it here. And now, because you illegally forced my check, now I'm turning it into my attorney's hands. Now it's going to wind up costing you money. See, that's how intelligent people do things. We wait till monkeys like you make these I can't do it, these dumb mistakes, and play those games you guys like to play. So we're not going to do that.
Playing those games you guys like to play.
So when they put my $875.38 back in my account, I'm negating the auto pay. Now I'm going to send your check in the mail. So you have to wait. Because I can't trust you to take money out of my account anymore. So there's two things that occurred out of this whole game you try to play with me. Not only will you get your car payments immediately out of my account, you're going to have to wait for U.S. postage. Because you think I'm a fool. And this fool flipped script on you, showed you you're going to be the fool in the long run. Just like your Stevenson Hyundai dealer in long run. Because you tried to play that game, now you're going to wait for your money too. Because if you just said what you said what you were going to do, and followed through with it, everything would be fine. No, but you think that I'm one of these black guys with a 40 in his hand, some crackhead, uneducated, who don't know what he's doing. Now you find out who's the smartest one in this game you're trying to play. And I'll tell anybody out there who think they're going to play Isaiah Shockley, you better pack a lunch. In fact, pack breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because it's going to take you that long to figure it out. I'm no high school kid. I'm 67 years old. And I've seen it all. So anything that you think you can come up with, scare tactics, whatever the case may be, it's like I told your dealership. You don't want to follow by the rules? Come get this piece of crap. Because guess what? My attorney will have you locked up in court so long and spending so much of your corporate lawyer's money, you're going to wish to God you never met me. And for anybody out there, when you're dealing with finance companies, don't write a post-dated check. And don't do auto pay. Because the only thing they do, they're like little kids. They always want to play by their rules. Except there's a new sheriff in town. And his name is called Isaiah Shockley. I'm done.